Good afternoon, everybody. Hope you're doing well. Natasha Denman here, the ultimate 48-hour author. I'm really excited to be with you here this morning. This afternoon. I don't even know what time of the day it is. Almost afternoon. Wanted to come on live and talk a little bit about the fastest way to leverage a book. Now, we just came off our 22nd retreat in August. Just this weekend gone. My voice is still in recovery mode, and yesterday we hosted our half-day signature workshop at in Mornington in Melbourne, which was the first time we have ever done that location. And now we have a bit of a chill out time for a couple of weeks to get into the next tour of events, which starts later in August, all around Perth and Adelaide and New South Wales and Queensland and all that sort of stuff. But when I meet people, the most commonly asked question is, how do I go about marketing my book? That's my biggest challenge around it. And how do I leverage it and get the other opportunities? And we find that the people that hire us, certainly they love the fact that we do an end-to-end process where all the publishing is taken care of, all the suppliers are there. And so, but most of all, why people actually hire and invest in our program is to learn what the hell to do with the book after it is out. And certainly the process is not easy, but it's totally worth it because the leverage that you can achieve with a book is absolutely amazing, and it's something that keeps paying for you. Hey, Banal, nice to see you, and whoever else is watching, welcome, guys. And of course, ask any questions as we go along. Let me know if you're here, say hello, and click like on the video. So here it is. I know you're not probably going to like this when I say it about the fastest way, but from experience, I created this mind map that I share in my half-day seminar, and the book is the central point, and it's got like so many arms coming off it. And I show people this in my seminar, and they go, "Oh my God, there's just so many things you can do with a book, and it can be really, really overwhelming." But after being an author for the last 8 years, having published 9 books myself and watched other people do theirs for the first time, I truly, truly believe that we have, the best way is through events and speaking. Okay, there it is. Events and speaking, and places where you can be with people face-to-face, right? Because it is through face-to-face that you build a relationship and a connection with people, and that is the first place you start to get found out. I'm a big believer and advocate for becoming famous offline before you become famous online, and putting in that extra effort that's required to leave the house and pound the pavement, and also create your own events. I mean, just yesterday and for the last 6 months, as we do events and our books come along with us. So what I always want to tell people, the book is not the it and the bit that everything, of course, everything starts off from that, but it kind of always comes along on the journey with you. Okay, so excellent, Banal. So it comes along with you. It sits next to you, and it increases your own credibility and presence in the room, right? I always look for ways to stand up, at an event and introduce myself with my books, and then get people interested and curious about talking to me. Only yesterday we did the workshop. We sold over $600-700 worth of product. I mean, not even just saying, hey, there's the product table, there's some products planners over there, and please feel free if you want, and always having a way to take an order. So sometimes people make a big mistake not having a way to take an order or a fast-tracked way to complete a sale. I found that's been a big disadvantage where people really let themselves down. So what we do, actually, I'm going to try to find, here it is. Here it is. It's actually already, it's filled out. But in our half-day workshop or in any seminars, I'll have a very basic sheet, you guys. It's not even super duper glossy or whatever it is. But this sheet, obviously, we hand out for a qualifying chat with our potential new authors. But at the back of the sheet, we've got all of my book titles and planners that are available for sale. And when we pass this out, of course, if they want some products there, they can fill it out and hand it in. And this can happen at any event that you go to. And people just look at it, they look and browse through the products, and before you know it, you can be making an amazing side income, passive income, because you do the work once, you can sell it so many times. I mean, my weight loss book has been out 7.5 years, and it still sells, and still people are buying it, and it's amazing. Like now, when I look back and I go, okay, well, out of products, I'm generating $30 to $40, sometimes $50,000 of revenue without actually. So personally, so you guys know, I don't push or promote my books in any way. Okay, I don't go, oh, buy my book, here's my book cover, blah blah blah. Right? That's not what I talk about. A lot of the time, what I talk about is what I'm passionate about. What I like talking about is how do you grow your business? How do you leverage it? How do you find clients? How do you look at how productivity in your daily life and all that? And of course, about authoring, how do you write a book in 48 hours and all that kind of stuff. But I never actually, that's not at the forefront of what I'm continuously promoting or telling people about. So my books come alongside the journey with me, while I'm inspiring others to create, obviously, their own books, build their lifestyle and their business behind it that is flexible and provides the time and money for them to do whatever they want. So I had a lady in the workshop yesterday who came up to me in the break and said, Nat, I want to do exactly what you're doing. And you know what? At the end of the day, the reason you wrote that book wasn't for other people. The reason you wrote your book, or you're wanting to write your book, is because you want to help the old version of you. So generally the books that we write are not for other people. They are for the past version of us who wanted to achieve a specific goal or get certain lessons or solve a particular problem. And now there's people out there who actually need this solution, right? Of course, we're not talking here about fiction or children's books. We're talking about the types of books that I would work with clients around, and that is those that are how-to, profile building, life story, kind of life lessons types of books. So the books that you write are not for other people, that are past version for you, and there's people there that need that information. So if you talk and inspire others in achieving the goal that you have achieved for yourself, of course, then they're going to discover that you have other things that you've got to offer. And of course, a book is a wonderful way to have in your funnel, so that it actually, it's a warm up, it's a little teaser, if you like to call it. I mean, because in a book, you cannot put absolutely every intricate details of how you can help someone. So it's a way of people just trying you and dipping their toe in the water, and then maybe considering what else they could do with you if there are obviously next steps set up. So running events and being and looking for opportunities to speak events is the fastest way you will leverage a book, okay? Because then nothing beats the relationship and the connection you can make with people when they're face to face with you. Yes, it requires a lot more effort, and maybe it's not what you wanted me to hear. Yes, events require you to understand the logistics of how to set them up, how to organize them, how to promote them. I wrote a book on it called Bums on Seats, Promote, Prepare and Profit, from webinars, seminars and retreats. And in the background right now, I have 13 days where there's no events that I'm hosting, leading into a series of, I think, about 8 to 12. There's going to be over a 5-week period. But it is right now that I'm in promotional stages, that I'm in, preparation, making sure, so everything that happens in between the face-to-face stuff has to be in alignment. So there has to be build-up period. What are they called? Lead-up periods. That's the word I was looking for. There has to be a lead-up period, a way that you know how to promote and get people to come along, because that's the ultimate leverage, is get people in a room, you're in a one-to-many setting, they get a ton of value, not just learning from you and listening to you, but also from the other people in the room. So you're providing a space where they can network, where they can, collaborate and talk to each other, and ultimately walk away with an outcome. like blog points. Not sure what you mean, Bernal, but if you can clarify in the comments, I can answer that. So it is really powerful. And so what you can do if you do run events or speaking, guess what? You are going to deliver 1 to 3 potentially points from your book or your chapters within that presentation. Because then if you do that, people might want to hear the rest of the story, which means they're more likely to purchase your book. But don't sell yourself too short. If you're going to go through the responsibility and the effort that it takes to actually put on an event or speak at an event, don't just sell your book purely at the back end of that event. The book should be kind of a thing that's on a piece of paper that people can grab at the end of the event. But do offer something else. What else have you got set up? Is there a way someone can do an online program with you? Or is there a way that you can work with them at a deeper level? Because there's always people out there who are willing to invest more for more hand-holding, for, to get a transformation. Because I always talk about that books purely are information and knowledge. Very rarely do books provide the true life or business transformation that people are looking to get. So if you don't have a next step beyond your book where you can help people transform, you're really doing themselves a disservice. Yeah, cool. Awesome. So what I always say is have something that will provide a transformation for the author, for the client, where they can work with you at a higher level. So in our particular business and model, we have got lots of things that we do for free. Right now, I'm on a live stream. No one's paying me for this live stream. I'm just sharing because I want to share. I like talking about this stuff. Secondly, we've got the books. Like I've written 9 titles, a variety of just me, co-authored, contributor books. And then some people are coming on that level. People who want to find out a little bit more and get in the room with me, they come to my half-day workshops. Okay, they're priced anywhere from $49 to $87 for the VIP ticket, and they come and learn there. And some of them will walk away and go, I can do this by myself. And that's cool. Go for it. You're still going to be reading between the lines. But then there's ones, you know what? You seem to know what you're talking about. Can you just help me get this done? And in that case, we have our retreats. And of course, that is the place where we get the biggest transformation because, of course, everyone who leaves that half-day event seminar room, the 99.9% of them will never go on to write a book because there's no accountability, there is no follow-up, there's no systems behind what they're trying to do. Certainly, I have seen people go and do it because they've been determined to figure out the way. However, when someone commits to a full process, which is what you should have at the back end of why you wrote a book, then people get the true transformation. And to me, fulfilling that triangle of happiness, I talk about the triangle of happiness in my half day. I talk about in life to be truly happy, you need lifestyle, you need contribution, and you need income, right? And lifestyle and income are the easiest to, but contribution comes from the fact that you're helping other people who are then helping other people, right? So kind of the ripple effect spreads. And that's why I say if you do not provide a transformation for people because you have offered something more beyond your book, then you're really doing them the service and also yourself because you've gone on this journey to write a book. You've invested in yourself, especially if you've self-published or done something like what we help people do. And then if you are selling yourself short and you're actually not giving people the opportunity to get even deeper with you, then you're not going to really create that massive change that they can experience in their life and businesses. So think about it in that way. Don't be selfish, right? Don't be selfish. Do offer those next steps when you're doing speaking and events. If you got, because you know what, guys, if you are going to go on this journey to leveraging a book through events or speaking, you want to make the most out of it. It takes a lot of effort to put on an event. It takes a lot of effort to get to somewhere. I mean, I've traveled all over the world in the last 2 years. I can tell you it's draining. However, the power of being there in the room with people and them getting to feel my energy and me getting to feel theirs and having everything set up properly so that there is an outcome at the other end and I didn't go so far for no reason, I still feel rewarded and have learned a ton of lessons. So don't sell yourself too short, because sometimes people can do an event and not even ask for the sale and not even offer people. People want to be told what is the next step they need to take with you. They want to be told, because if they don't get told, they're just going to do nothing and they're going to walk away. Okay? So leveraging your book, the fastest way is face-to-face, especially if you're starting out, especially if you're a first-time author. The use of social platforms, the use of email marketing, the use of Facebook ads and all that kind of stuff, of course, is a complement to all of this, but nothing will beat your face-to-face. And you can build an amazing, amazing business behind your book, because even if you're a fiction writer or a children's writer, which we said in the beginning we don't work with as much, even those style of books need some kind of a marketing plan and an execution of that plan to sell as many books as possible. And by the way, I'll leave you with this thought. It's going to take you a longer conversation with someone to sell a $20 or $30 book or product than it takes me to sell a $20,000 program. Sometimes you have a longer conversation with people over the smaller amount products. It might seem a little bit contradictory. It's like, how could that be? Like, it's so easy to sell something cheap. No, sometimes it isn't. It isn't sometimes, and a lot of times it isn't. So often, sometimes when I have such a long conversation over convincing someone that they should buy my book, I should just kind of give it away, because my time is way more valuable than that. So consider that, and consider what are your next steps, because leveraging a book is not just about the $20 or $30 sale. It's not even about your bestseller stamp, if you have one. And I talk about the bestseller bullshit and all that sort of stuff in my latest book, Shut Up and Write Your First Book. But I'm a big believer. Think a little bit bigger and outside of the square. You know, the book is just the thing, you know, and it's great to have a thing. It's great to have a tangible product. But where the true revenue and what makes people rich authors, you know, because they're always like the starving artists. I was at a book fair 2.5 weeks ago, and I was in a panel, and there was these 8 people who had written books, and I was the last one to actually speak on this panel, and everyone told their story and gave their publishing tips and all that kind of stuff, which was awesome, and everything they were saying I was agreeing with, and great. They had all been through the process. But then there was a person from the audience, and they said, so I want to ask you something, you guys on the panel. Has anyone really monetized this? Has anyone made a significant good income from becoming an author? Not one hand went up, except for mine. Because we run now, on this year, we're on track to a multiple 7-figure business. Why? Because we do the things not just related to the book. We do the bigger things outside of what the book represents. And I said, yeah, I have. But of course, it requires a lot more work than just focusing on this one product. And it requires a lot more setup of systems and what you're going to do and how you're going to do it and how everything's going to flow from one to the other. So I pride myself, and sometimes people ask me, so how many books have you really sold, Natasha? 10,000, 20,000, whatever. I go, I don't know how many books I've sold. I don't even care how many books I've sold. I don't print them all the time as I run out of them from my garage, right? I print them. I just print whatever I need at a time. I don't want to get stuck with a ton of boxes, so I just run out and then print some more, print some more. I've got to manage it. I've got 9 titles plus planners that I sell. I said, but I don't really count. I have never counted the amount of books. But what I do count is how many lives I've changed through having helped them write a book and create the business and the leverage and the structure behind that. That's what I count. And I know I help about 80 to 100 people a year, at a high level do that. And I love seeing them then help thousands of people and their own people. So that is super, super, super important to understand the distinction. Stop thinking in the old school way of thinking about, how many units do I need to sell to get my return on investment from self-publishing. It's not about the units, okay? So I trust you guys. This has been of value. I had a little bit of time between now and a few more chats from people yesterday from Mornington. So I'm going to go and have a lunch, and then 3 more conversations. And then I'm attending a book launch tonight, and it's actually the team that helps us publish our authors' books, you know, that's part of our program. You know, the head of that team has written her own personal biography book, and I'm going to go and support her there. It's only just around the corner because we use local people, you know, that physically can come and meet our authors also at our retreats. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to talk to my partner in Dubai, and we're setting up all these systems around how we're going to be helping people remotely, because not everyone can travel to Australia to be part of our retreat, but certainly there's going to be an amazing system to help people all over the world be able to do the same program but not having to fly out. But if you're in Australia or anyone nearby, there's no excuse. The ultimate experience is to write your book through our retreat, because that is where you get the most amazing support, community, masterminding, jumpstart, momentum, all of that. I don't know, guys, if you saw, we sold 1,118 books. That's the only time I count books, is how many people sell during the retreat, because it's exciting, and that was a record number. Over $27,000 of books were sold just this weekend at the retreat, and we had one person sell 444, which was like unheard of. Like, she tripled the previous record, so that was amazing. All right, you guys, I'm gonna go. This has been Natasha Denman, the ultimate 48-hour author. I'm getting close to doing this for 5 years. I just absolutely love it. Cannot see an end to it. I'm so excited, and maybe I'll meet you at one of our upcoming half-day signature workshops, which are starting. I'll tell you where. Adelaide will be the, hang on, Perth is first. I'm going to look at my calendar here. Perth is 21st of August, Adelaide's 23rd of August. Then we're off to New South Wales. Actually ACT, Australian Capital Territory. 11th of September is Canberra. 12th is Wollongong, 13th of September is Sydney, and then up to Queensland. And Queensland is the 18th, 19th, and 20th of September, which is going to be Gold Coast, Sunshine Coast in Brisbane. So lots to do. This is the biggest, most busiest time of the year every year. I don't know about you guys, but August and September, we absolutely smash it. We can just kind of close the business up for a little while after that, but I know I'm going to love doing it. This gives me so much energy and excitement around what's going on. So love you all. Go and write that first book and check out our half-day workshops. I'll post the link in the comments of the tour, so you know where it is, and come in as a VIP, because you get so much more amazing bonuses and special treatment. All right, guys, bye.